All right. Let's have a look and see if the stream has started. So I'm using a different method of streaming and the scheduling. I've noticed sometimes it bugs out, sometimes it doesn't. So let's have a look and see if the stream starts, and then we go on a roll. See what this is doing. Right, this is awesome. It started. Also, what I wanted to say was this is also awesome as well. I've looked at the stream and I've realized that some people have pressed the like button even before the stream started. Do you know what, guys? You guys are awesome. Also, all the new subscribers that are joining the channel, that are growing rapidly. I mean, over the past 7 days, the channel had more than 20 new subscribers, which is awesome. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Honestly, it's been fantastic. So let's move into the content today. Again, I'm kind of doing a viewer question basically, and I'll show you what I mean, right? So viewer asked me not long ago, a few minutes ago, basically, hi bro, welcome to the chat. Thank you very much for joining. So viewer asked me, again, Tamil Gamer, he asked me, bro, Bitcoin is down now. What's the next next move, basically? He's tensed. We're going to answer that for you. We're going to answer this live for you. I was going to do the video anyway, but I'll do it for you and you'll understand. And this is how the daily streams come in. Also, I'm going to leave a message here. I'm not going to do a video, obviously not yet. Something quite interesting. So brother, I think it's, man of goodwill, asked me, can you please react to the Lady of Heaven trailer? You know what? I'm going to make an independent video just for this. As a reaction, my opinions, what I think about it, just my views, basically, a commentary on it, basically. I'll definitely do that. So watch out for that video. It's going to be coming out very soon. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do it on a live stream. What I will do is I'll do it as a pre-recorded. Make sure YouTube doesn't ban me for it, because sometimes YouTube can do this, and then release it publicly. So once I get all the checks and verifications done, and as soon as I know that I'm allowed to launch it, I will definitely launch it. If I can't, unfortunately, then I can only apologize to you. So that's what's going to happen on that particular video. And yeah, I'll definitely make it, right? And if required, I'll probably even post you a link privately, so at least that way you can get that reaction. Worst case scenario, if YouTube doesn't allow me to. That makes any sense, right? Let's try and do this, right? So let's go into today's content. Today's content is obviously Bitcoin moves down. What's the scenario? What's the issue? Why did we do this, right? Big questions everywhere. Let's try and answer them one by one, right? So first of all, let's go to our crypto fear and greed. Good thing here. So what you're looking at is obviously on the chart, we see bearish, and I'm going to get into this in a very bit, but what you see is extreme greed. And remember what I told you, this is yesterday's cycle. This is not today, right? This is actually showing you last 24 hours, not current. Okay, so we can see yesterday we were so bullish. We just took that market and just shot it up all the way to 76. Having a daily 1 point daily is a good thing, but shooting it like that, we literally went parabolic. So we saw the reaction. We saw the market cap going to $2 trillion and then being rejected. Absolutely fine. There's no issues with any of what happened yesterday. Also, if you look at this, we went to $48,000. The high was $48,000 and then we got rejected. But are we actually bullish? Are we actually bearish? What is the chart showing us? Now let's go and see inside the chart, and I'll show you one other chart. You've seen it before, and I'm so excited looking at that chart. So we're going to look at the current chart we looked at yesterday. So we looked at this particular chart yesterday, and we spoke about how these specific levels are becoming our support and resistance line, and how we broke above this, and then we created here, we broke above, and then we created a support here. Well, funny thing is, look, we did this yesterday on the live, and here again we actually created another support and resistance, and finally this has become our support. This is awesome. This is awesome, guys. I spoke about it with brother KR last night, actually, and I said to him, I said, for me, as long as this candle closes above 47k, I'm happy. After that, it can go down all the way down here. It doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter. You have to understand how sentiments work. As long as we break above, it's fine. Absolutely fine. This gives us the momentum and the movement, the direction that we want, because we want to have this kind of a direction. If that direction requires us to go up and down and continuously do this kind of a pattern, we are absolutely fine. right? But there's more. So obviously here we can see that, you know, we held that and we held support very well. We held support at $46,000 and we've been pushing up since then. You know what? It's early. It's the weekend. Normally during weekend, we do usually see dumps. So absolutely fine. I'm not going to be fussed about it too much. Let's see where this takes us. So, you know, it's just been awesome. But when you look at this, it wasn't just Bitcoin. I can assure you it was the entire market reaction. When we went to that $2 trillion level, so I think the high we had was 2.01 trillion. So 2 trillion and 100 million or something like this. We took that dump, which is absolutely fine. This is profit. People had to take some profit. Now we're going to reset and we're going to go. And remember, we're looking for this 2.08 level, right? So I know I said 2 trillion, but it's actually 2.08 level. So we were approximately 700, well, not even 700, it was less than that. So if we actually move this now, so this is great. Let's move this and see how much more we have to close, how much more we need to close the gap. Okay, this is insane, guys. $80 billion. We were approximately $80 billion away. $80 billion. So this means this was 2 trillion. This high was, sorry, my bad. It was 2 trillion and 8, right? And 8. So we just 8 billion. We need another $80 billion in order to close this gap, which is nothing. Trust me, in crypto sphere, absolutely nothing. And this will change a lot of stuff. Also, in yesterday's video, I was supposed to mention what this area was. I kind of completely forgot because I've been really kind of distracted with all sorts of other stuff. But this is beautiful, right? So this particular zone here is very similar to this particular zone here. And what you're seeing is we've got this range here for the market cap where we will see significant resistance. So I know a lot of people are sending out all sorts of crazy message, and we talked about a message yesterday as well. Someone tweeted a message and it's like, oh, it's going to go to 50k and then it's game over. We see this kind of a thing, but those are the very same people who constantly change their mind. On this channel, you will always see the same chart unless it's not. Then I will always tell you that, okay, I'm about to change the chart. But mostly you will always see these same numbers, same charts. We don't care. We always keep it there. We have ourselves talked about this particular level, right, where we might see a face rejection. But if we can break above this level and go above this line, then this bull run continues. And this same thing I've kind of, so where is it? Let me see if it's on this chart, not on this chart. Let me bring another chart for you and I'll show you what I mean, right? Is it this one? Yes, it's this one. So let me show you on this particular chart. I actually wrote about this. I actually put it here. I said bull market continues because of this $58,000 level. Right, we spoke about this. So this particular $58,000 level is pretty much exactly the same as this particular area, and the market sentiment will react to it as well. So if we go here and we get a dump, and if we spend about a week, so someone asked me, he said, if we spend, how long do we have to spend below this? I said, if we spend even a week below this and going downward, so we start seeing, you know, 6-7 days worth of trailing down, then we could see a scenario similar to 2013, 2017, or every other bull market, basically, where we had these blow off tops and then we attempted to come close enough and then we got rejected, right? So these are our points which will make us confirm that this bull market is still on, and this is the second leg of the bull run, if that makes any sense, right? That's what we're planning to do. So let's go back into that chart. Where is that? I put it here. So let's go back into that chart. Let's leave this there. So obviously this is the target we need to break above. And I talked about how these red color boxes also act. So we know the red color boxes are basically boxes that will have the strongest resistance, right? So I've just kind of color coded them so it's easier for you to understand. So we've got least resistance, most resistance, least resistance, and we've so on and so forth. So we've entered a most resistance area. Here you can see we have an overlap, which is technically most resistance if we were around these prices, but currently because we're here, we will have, you know, kind of a mix of resistance here basically. So that's what we're looking for. Okay, so the market's reacting very good. I'm quite happy about all of this. I'll be honest with you. Also, I was looking at Ethereum got rejected on the Fib line, which is fantastic. Again, it's created a higher low. You know what, this is brilliant. There's no way of us, you know, like when I look at this, all I see is bullish. And all I'm seeing right now is we've just created a brand new resistance zone. Okay, just here, if you look carefully, we've created a brand new resistance node. That means that as long as we kind of hover between these two lines, it's still bullish. And if we touch this enough times, then we can actually break out. So we should see another breakout very soon. In fact, I have mentioned it on WhatsApp that I am expecting a 50k BTC within a few days to a few weeks maximum. So we did talk about this anyway. So that's the scenario. Also Cardano, I just kind of show you, because these are the charts from yesterday, by the way. These are yesterday's video charts, guys. I didn't change anything. And if you look carefully, Cardano very indecisive right now and closed above the fib line, which is fantastic, and closed almost close to that target. So we had a target here, we almost went to that target, and you can see this being reflected here. For example, our all-time high is this price, and our 24-hour high was this. We were so close. We were only about 26 cents away, all right, or 20 cents or 21 cents, my God, 21 cents away from hitting that all-time high and smashing through. So this is what Cardano's done, and I mentioned this as well. Cardano's the only coin that's about to go to its all-time high compared to everything else. Everything else is actually still quite far. So if you look carefully here, we're still approximately, what is it, about 14k, 14, is it 14? No, it's not 14. It's about more than that. It's more than that. 16, about 16k basically away from this all-time high here. Right. When we're looking at Ethereum, you can see we're approximately 1k away from where we need to be. So when we're looking at percentage, we can see how many percentage we're away, if that makes any sense, right? But Cardano is the only one right now that's closest to its previous all-time high. So it's been really, really cool looking at this. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Also, I was looking at the exchange inflow outflow, and you can see we've started to have this mini outflow, which is brilliant. So we can see balance on exchange actually going down. This signifies that we do have a bullish momentum, like a bullish divergence forming, right? Also here you can see, even though we've had a bit of a dump, we can see a lot of Bitcoin leaving the exchanges here as well, right? So all of this is telling us, you know, look here as well, you can see green is entry, red is minus, and you can see, when was this? This was on the 11th. Oh, 11th. Okay, I can only see up to the 11th, guys, so on this particular Glassnode chart, but it's saying on the 11th we had 945 BTC, so almost 1,000 BTC just leave the exchange, right? So again, this is all showing us great data, how basically everything is moving out of the exchanges. This is fantastic. This is the kind of stuff we need to see. All right, so so far, you know what, everything looks very interesting. You're welcome, bro. Don't worry, just rewind. You can rewind back. You can actually start from the beginning and you can see this again, or you can continue and just watch it later. But ultimately, listen, for myself, what I'm seeing, everything I'm seeing, and this one you can see the fibs are still here as well, and it respected the fib, right? So we're so far, everything is good, and you can see the next fib is the 50,000. So this is absolutely fine. This, you know, for me, this is fine. As long as we can hold these levels, we're fine. In fact, as long as we can hold the $41,800 level, we're actually very, very good. MDX, okay, I'll check out MDX, bro, no worries. So this is the so as long as BTC can hold above this trend line. So remember, when we talk about this specific trend line, we're always talking about it's a very, very powerful, important trend line. Where is it? That's a bit weird, but anyway, this powerful trend line here, right, this area here is very important for us to hold. None of this really matters as long as we can hold this trend line. Okay, and what we're trying to do, remember, we're trying to form a brand new trend line, and if you look carefully, this trend line also is very bullish. Like for example, in the short term, if we do come back down here, bounce, we're fine. If we come here and then bounce here, we're absolutely fine. And this is how it should be playing, right? Worst case scenario, if we have and we come down and we bounce on these lines, we should be also fine as well. This gives us a little bit of a chance, obviously slightly bearish, but still gives us a better chance to prolong the market. So either way, whether we go on this line or whether we go come down to this line, we're still actually technically in a bull market, provided this particular neckline here, we don't go below this, right? So this particular 50% of the Fibonacci, as you can see here, this neckline here, as long as we don't go below this neckline, we're actually safe. It does, you know, the pattern's still kind of intact, if that makes any sense, right? So that's the idea on that particular one. So let's see what happens. We can't expect BTC just to shoot to 65, 70k in one shot, because if it does, then we've got a bit of an issue. Okay, you asked for MDX. Let's have a look if MDX is here. Yep, we've got some MDX here. So let's have a look at MDX. Personally, I'll be honest with you, I don't follow the coin. I don't trade it. I have never bought any. I'll be honest with you, because you know, when I'm seeing structures like this, kind of worrying. Obviously, if someone bought it here and we do get to see a continuation of the market and this does pump a little bit, should be okay. I mean, it's looking positive. I'll be honest with you. So far, if you look here, it is looking kind of positive. Actually, for me to get accurate data, I need to do this. So if we are going, then we can see it's got a lovely little trend line forming. But if I just, so for example, let me show you where the bullish actions will happen. So here right now, this particular area, you can see there's not really much happening. Obviously, we've had a higher high than this, which is fine. But this would be a level we need to break, number one. And then we have another level that we will see massive resistance, is this level here. Now, if we change it back onto this, you can see what these areas are. Right, we need for it to be bullish, we need to go above these lines. This line is what will give us the so ignore this. This is not the all-time high. This would technically be the all-time high, because what we're looking for is a close of the market, not the opening of the market, right? So when it launched, obviously it opened, but as you can see, when it opened the day, it was around this level. So this is our bigger area, much of a significant area for us. So this line here kind of confirms this. This is going to be the biggest resistance for us to start changing momentum. Again, as long as we have 6 months left in the bull run, it's not a problem if someone goes into this. And as long as the momentum, the whole market wants to go up, right? So the entire market is going up. This will also follow through, right? Similar like this, right? But if it's not, then we got a problem, and you have to be very, very careful of your investment and what you're buying, especially low capped. Of course, some of these low caps, they could have a massive pump. You could easily see a 10x, 20x, 100x on it, right? And it's great, but the risk to reward is also that is the same as well, because the risk is really high and your reward is really high. Sometimes, I mean, I tell people, I say, go in and get out as soon as you can. At least take your initial investment out as soon as you can. And that way you don't risk your main, like your investment portfolio. So your investment portfolio would be the daily money you have to buy, sell, and do whatever. You don't risk losing that, because you don't want to burn out. You don't want to burn yourself out. You don't want to lose steam, right? You want to be continuously be in this game. So best thing to do is try and take your initial investment out as soon as you can. So far, what I'm looking at, if I'm looking at this and looking at the candle, there was a lot of story here, but we see a lot of fact here. So far we can see here, it was completely indecisive most of the time. Indecisive. This was agreed, right? That it needs to go down, which is fine. This is probably to do with the actual market going down. But here, all of this was indecisive, right? Again, here, all of this was indecisive. But since then, we've started seeing actual candles and actual bodies. You want Shiba? No worries, bro. I'll drop some Shiba in there. So we saw actual bodies forming, and that gives us the facts. And the facts are, yes, we were bullish. Yes, we were bearish. And it's absolutely fine, right? Also, another way to check facts is obviously what I do. So this is my own little trick here. Where is it? This is my own little trick here where I actually double check the candles. 1 second, let me... So here it might not work, not enough. So let's try and bring it down here. Actually, it does work. So we can start seeing if we're bearish or bullish straight into this candle as well. So which is quite cool, right? We can actually see these wicks, if these wicks are, you know, if they've got more buying or selling. So here you can see we've had so much selling around these areas. So far we can see more buying. So definitely a little bit bullish here. Also you can see from the color of the candle, we started to form a bullish nature here, which is fine. Bulls are winning. So the story here, for example, the fact here is matching the actual facts as well, story as well, which is awesome. This is the kind of stuff we like to see. But remember, guys, we have the potential. So for example, let me show you something, right? So when you look at this, you've got to measure the high point, which is here, and this low point here. You measure this low point here. So if we did have a, say, for example, we had a breakout, right? So the breakout target that we would see would be from, say, from this line. If we broke out anywhere, it doesn't matter where it is, right? Let's just put it here, corner, it doesn't matter. We could see a $2.30 if we broke out. However, if we break down from here, guys, it gets a little bit dire, and you can see that you could easily potentially lose your money, and we can go back to the 68 cents or 70 cents, right? Just be careful on these kind of trades if you are going to be trading this. Also, let's see what the Fibonacci says to us as well. Base the Fibonacci on this level and the lowest point, and Fibonacci's are saying not too much. Fibonacci's are saying expect a $1.75. So just be careful. That's what I'm going to say to you guys. Stay careful. You talked about Shiba. Let's go into Shiba. Let's drop this one in there as well. Shiba. Let's find. You know what? I'll use this. Let's just use this because obviously there's not much data on Shiba, but we're going to use Shiba. And if we use the same metrics here, what we're seeing is actually, look at this carefully. So until a few days ago, it wasn't that bullish, but even this is actually showing us there's a lot of dark patches here, which technically says to us that kind of it's kind of undecided. Now, if we move into the chart itself and double check this for ourselves, is this true? Absolutely. Look at this. Undecided, undecided, undecided. There was one candle here which was very bullish, so you can see this was a pure bull action, pure bull control. So a lot of buys happened in this area, a lot of positive things happened in this area, but after that we've become indecisive again. So just be careful. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, you can see even in the red candles we've had some bullish nature, right? Red candles, we've had some bullish nature, but ultimately bulls are trying their best. But this is one you got to be very, very careful. I mean, if you've bought it around here, these prices, and you are now in profit, you're doing okay. I'll be honest with you, but beware. That's all I'm going to say. Beware, because remember, the founder of Polygon Matic, they have approximately just under $1 billion worth of Shiba Inu in their wallet for that donation that they took. And they sold around $20 million worth only. So that is a massive, massive risk we've got. So we have to be, will bulls overtake the market? No, bro. Bulls and bears exist in both markets. You can't have a market without a bull or a bear. A bull and a bear is a definition. It's just a way of saying someone who likes to sell or someone who likes to short the market. So people who short the market don't necessarily have to buy, right? They can just predict and say we're going to go down. It's like a betting market, if that makes any sense to you, right? So with a very small amount of money, you can say, okay, I bet 1 to 10. So if my bet wins, then I get 10 times the amount. Similar like betting. That's what it is, right? Shorts. Again, bears would be people who start selling around these prices. So if someone sold here, he can be classed as a bear. You know, and if someone decided to buy here, for example, this buy, if it was a trade or even a buy, we call him a bull. You know, like someone who's keep on buying, doesn't matter what direction the market goes, he's a bull because he wants to buy and accumulate and hold for a better future. So that's the only thing we say. We need both anyway, because we can't have anything going all the way up. Like, for example, when we go back to BTC, when we're looking at these patterns, right, this is bear, this is bull, bear, bull, bear, bull, bear, bull. We need this in order to sustain the market, because no such market, there is nothing in history that will actually go like that. You can't have that. You can't have a straight line going up, right? That's dangerous. That's not good. And that's usually the main definition of complete manipulation. I'll be honest with you, complete manipulation. So we don't want to see that. Now, going back to Shiba, let's put a fib on it. I'm not even going to bother putting a fib on the other lines, but if we just put a fib on here and see what we're looking at on the short term, guys, we can see, and this is insane, the numbers, right? Because we're nowhere near that. We need to break above these lines, and I'll draw the lines for you so you understand. We need to get to 0.0000 whatever 9. Right, so we've got a long way to go. I don't know if you can see this. I'll just zoom it in for you, right, just so you can see. All right, I don't know if you can see this. This is the number we need to get to, but I'll draw some lines on this so you can see what I'm trying to say, basically. So let's get rid of all of this. Let's put it on the line chart so we can actually see the facts and say exactly what we need to do, right? So number one target we have to break above is this particular level here, right? This high here, we need to break above that, number one. Number two target would be, right, and these are all like, short term, long term, doesn't matter. Number two target would be this line, which is pretty close, which is okay. But when you're talking about Shiba with the numbers like 0.0000 whatever, trust me, every little Satoshi here makes a difference, right? So the third one is here, and the final one we need to break, as you can see, guys, right? This is the final one, right? So there's like three more, as you can see, like this one here, and then we need to go back to the all-time high, which was here. And as you can see, this was technically the launch, so this was definitely an all-time high. We've got a long way to go with Shiba, and when we're looking at this, we have to see an increase from today's price, right? We have to see an increase of approximately 320%. 320%. So it's pretty insane where we need to be and how much we have to fight to get to there. So I would give it some time. I wouldn't be over bullish on it. I will hold on to it because there are some like the news we've seen with Shiba Inu. For example, the exchange, some of the main exchanges they're trading with, right? So Shiba's on Binance, we know that. Shiba's on Poloniex, we know that. Shiba's about to come. We know the information has come out already, but Coinbase has not listed it fully yet, but Coinbase is considering listing it. So when you look at all of this information, there's definitely something hiding there. So it's probably worth holding on to maybe $100 worth of Shiba. You might lose all of it. So this is not a financial advice. You do you, but it may be worth just holding on to $100 for the next 4 years or something like this. Because if it doesn't do it this cycle, it might do it on the next cycle or something. But it'd probably be one of those coins worth holding. And from where we are, the lowest we can possibly go is back to these levels here. So far it's been holding quite well. Unfortunately, you know, nothing. I mean, so far you can, I mean, if you look carefully, let me show you this, right? So apart from a few days ago, it wasn't actually that bullish. So let me show you what I mean, right? Change it. Give me a second. Let me change the color for you so you understand what I'm talking about. So you see here, we've had this bullish pattern forming, which is fine. But other than that, it's just held support, beautiful support. This area here was a beautiful support. It held that, it bounced off that, gave us 1, 2, 3. So it gave us a triple bottom ultimately. If they are burned, will they go high? Yes, bro, definitely. But the thing is, they're not burning them. You see, this is the problem. Instead of burning the Shiba, what the founder of Shiba did was gave half of it to Vitalik. And Vitalik didn't burn it either, right? He burnt some, I believe, right? But what he did was he actually sent majority of it to the founder of Polygon Matic, who organized the COVID-19 relief for India. So $1 billion was donated, but they didn't cash out. So it didn't make any sense. You've sent $1 billion, you should have cashed it out. Everyone would have helped out, happy days, right? But they didn't do that. And that just screams scam to me, right? Why would you take $1 billion, not sell $1 billion, and only cash out $20 million? What are you waiting for? Do you know what I mean? So it is quite risky. I mean, for me, I can see that they're probably waiting for it to come back to here, because if they sold $1 billion here, it's not even worth $1 billion anymore. So if it comes back to the all-time high at some point in the future, then they can make $1 billion. And if it goes above it, they can make $2 billion out of it. So it just screams a scam to me. I mean, obviously, you know, whatever the case is, we don't know. We can only, you know, have a theory, right, that this could be the case. But I'm being honest here right now. You know, if you look at the facts, you can go and see. We don't know, right? We don't know. I mean, burnt. When you're burning something, you have to send it to the burn wallet, and I'll show you what a burn wallet looks like. Burn wallet has like hundreds of zeros on it, right? There's actually a burn wallet. It's got like, so yeah, this one here. I'll show you this address. This address here is the burn wallet, right? And you can actually see who's been burning what on this particular address. You can see, just look at this address. It's 0x and then all these infinite zeros. That's the burn wallet, right? And the problem is nobody's sending anything here. You know what I mean? They're not sending anything here. They've been sending it to Vitalik's wallet, and which is not helpful at all. But then obviously Vitalik did it as a goodwill. So I've got $1 billion worth of Shiba Inu. I'm going to donate it for a good cause, which is all fine. And I think most of the community was happy to be a part of it, even though they're going to get wrecked. But what Matic founders did for the India COVID-19 relief, that's the part that doesn't make anybody happy. You know, it's like, right, guys, you took it, you should have just sold it and given that money, because they haven't. If you took it for a COVID relief, why did you only give 20 million and not the whole $1 billion? That's the question nobody's asking. You know what I mean? Nobody's asking. And then recently, Poly Network, which is also, they're organized as well. We see a biggest hack, $611 million hack. I mean, how many crypto hacks have you seen on the national news globally, right? That hack, that $611 million hack, was on Sky News in UK, which is one of the biggest news outlets, was on BBC News, was on every single newspaper headline. When you see that, you can see this is pure, proper, manipulation and planned. Right, this was a media stunt, nothing more. This was a stunt, and I'm sure this is how they're doing it. And that's why I made a video and I said, you know what, if this and that, and I even said that I'm not going to be in Matic anymore. So because of all of this, I don't like scammy projects, honestly. And just if you're going to be doing this to seek attention, it's not really nice. And I've got nothing against them but some of the stuff they're doing doesn't make any sense and don't really like it. But that, as I said, that's just me. So yeah, if you have any other questions, shoot away, fire away, guys. But yeah, so far, this is what we're seeing. I'm not going to adjust anything here because our targets are still intact. So our bullish target is still this current level here, which is 56,000 from this particular level here. We can adjust if you want. So say, for example, we did adjust this. I'll show you something funny. So if we adjust this to this level, to yesterday's high, right? And we take it to this current low here, all right, so we do a short-term one and we take it to this low here, so we take it from this low to this high. Our target right now, right, and this is beautiful. Wow, okay, this is I just have to say the word is wow. Our bottom target, this is insane. Have a look at this. Our bottom target, this 618 level, which is 44,166, we have to hold this in order to stay bullish. And our top target now is $53,000, right? So I'm not sure if you can see this. Our top target now is $53,000. Cardano is number 3. I talked about this the other day as well. Okay, these numbers don't matter. Tomorrow, Ethereum could be number 1. It doesn't matter. The reason they are number 1 and number 2 and number 3 and number 4 is because of this, guys. That's all it is. It's just this. You know, if this goes up by $2 billion, then, you know, it will be. So this is all you're seeing. This number relates to this amount, nothing else. Holo, I've talked about Holo. In fact, I did this was actually on a Holo. Let me show you Holo, right? Hold on. Holo, I've talked about it quite a few times. Holo is a good project. The project itself is a good project. Also, if you look at the structure of the project, it's a brilliant structure. Right, and the structure is fantastic, and I've also mentioned like what we can possibly do. So Holo, you can see on the near future, as long as the bull market continues, we can see a 4-cent Holo, right? Holo, unfortunately, I mean, listen, the project is good. What they need to do is definitely, how would I say this? They need to do a lot more marketing. They definitely have to upgrade a little bit, maybe do a hard fork or something, get the community buzzing again, and innovate. Holo so far is just Holo. They're not really building anything. Where's the utility? So if you want to get users, give them something to use on Holo, like gaming, NFT, or whatever. Give them something to use, and then this could explode, right? Holo, I mean, once upon a time, we were sitting down these prices here. Even then, we were dreaming of a 10-cent Holo. You know what I mean? A 10-cent Holo. But the thing is it just never went there. It just never, you know, it attempted. Just never went there. I mean, 3-4 cents was the highest it can ever go to. Why? Because of the same reason. Holo is limited by itself. It needs to definitely get out. It's a multi-million-pound project, multi-million-dollar project. It just needs to get out there and make those marketing moves, make those announcements, get the users on board, give us usability. That's what it is. Any coin that has zero utility will have a problem. Like, for example, and I'm being completely honest with you, BTC, you know, technically has zero utility, but there's one utility it has kind of made with its reputation. It's become a store of value. It was supposed to be a payment service, a payment network, a P2P payment network. But over time, it lost that because it wasn't feasible, because the fees were high and it wasn't worth sending it, and you were better off holding it. So it's become the holding asset. That's how Bitcoin now has one utility. It's the gold of the cryptocurrency. It's better for you to just buy and hold for a longer period of time. That's the only utility this has. You know, whereas in Ethereum, you can build smart contracts, you can programmatically do things with it, games, this, that. That's its utility. You know what I mean? Cardano's about to build its own utility by launching its own smart contract, which is very similar to this, but they are building a CBDC level. That means central bank digital currency level smart contract features. That's going to give them more utility than Ethereum. You see what I mean? So there are projects out there like Binance. What's the utility on Binance? Absolutely nothing. It's a duplicate of Ethereum. It's just cheaper fees. That's what it was. And the Ethereum code, the same Solidity code, you literally, and by the way, you know, when you're writing code on Binance or Polygonmatic, you don't write it in Binance or you don't write it in Polygonmatic, bro, you write it in Ethereum. It's the same code, Ethereum Solidity code, and you just deploy it to the Binance. That's all you're doing. It's the same code. It's the Ethereum code being launched on this. There's nothing unique about this, right? So Binance and Polygonmatic, there's nothing unique about them. They're literally copying the Ethereum code and launching it, right? That's what they're doing. Yeah, but Cardano doing something unique, obviously Polkadot doing something unique as well. Those are top coins I've mentioned all the time, so definitely we see where we go there. Right, let's move on to another part of this particular video, because and also I want to make one announcement. So brother KR, he asked me on a phone call, he asked me, do you own any NFT? No, bro, I don't own any NFT. Funny. So I was going to make a video on NFT. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to talk about it in this particular one a little bit. Briefly, I'll talk about it. And brother KR, he asked me to make a video regarding Bitcoin cycles. And if you had one Bitcoin today and you sold it at the top, what would happen, and kind of talk about the diminishing return and lengthening cycle. I did make a video regarding the diminishing and lengthening cycle and diminishing return. I'm going to rebrand it. I'm going to do one more. So I'm going to do a brand new video for all of you guys to understand, if you had one Bitcoin today, what you could expect in the future, or even in a bear market, if you plan and your plan is successful, right? What could happen? I am going to make a video, so watch out for that video. Also remember, watch out for this video, this particular video, Lady of the Heaven. I'm going to make that video as well. So those two videos are definitely coming. But in the meantime, you want to know about NFT. Now, let me tell you about NFT, guys. One of the biggest problem with NFT, and I think we can actually see NFT, right? Let's go to NFT. These are all the NFTs right now, right? These are all the money that's locked into NFT. So the biggest problem with NFT is they are not fungible, right? That's literally not fungible token, NFT, right? So the problem we see with NFT is, because they're not fungible, right? We end up having one big issue. Say the market, you know, you're buying right now, you're so bullish and you start buying all of these NFTs, right? Whatever the NFTs are, you start buying so many NFTs. It's absolutely fine. But then you have one issue. The market decides to crash, right? So we have the entire market decides to go down, crash, come back to nothing. How do you sell this? Because an NFT, you can only sell if there's a buyer, right? You can't just exit. You can't just go to an exchange and say, I want to sell and get out. You can't. You're stuck in it. So whoever buys an NFT now, be prepared to hold it for infinite, forever, because this NFT may never sell. Because there's always something new coming out. So as a collector, what are you really collecting? And I think it's oversaturated. If you look at this, right, we've got 276 pages of this, 276 pages. Each one has 10. So that means there's 2,760 projects out there. Each project has hundreds, if not thousands of assets. I mean, look at this one, 4.2 million assets. 4.2 million assets. So how is it really a collector's piece? You know what I mean? And the assets are continuously growing, right? Look at this. We've had 88,000 assets, right? And it just, the numbers are just insane. Look at this NBA, 15 million assets. When we got a situation like this, guys, you got to be very, very careful. Right, you are going to be just holding on to something. It's fun. Listen, it's fun. If you want to buy yourself a NFT, a provable, non-fungible token, and say, I own this piece of art, or I own this piece of a technology, absolutely great. No harm there at all, right? But if you think that I'm going to go and buy a $10,000 NFT and I'm going to make 20,000 out of it, good luck. That's all I'm going to say. If you think you're going to buy a 10,000 NFT just for the hype, and then when the bull market ends, you're going to be able to sell it and get out, good luck. Because that's not the case. Non-fungible is non-liquid, right? This is not liquid money. This is not liquid cash. So, you know, at this present moment, your answer, do I own any NFT? No. I've mentioned it many times. I will not go into the NFT provided right now in this bubble, because it is an NFT bubble. I will not. In the future, I will definitely go into NFT. I'll probably buy something for myself. And actually, I did a video. Let me see if I can find that video. There is a video. Let me see if I can find it. So let's go into this one. Let me show you. There is a video, actually. There is one video we did, modifiable art, and I actually had the founder on the show. So this video here, modifiable NFT art, we had the founder on the video, guys, and he actually gave me some NFT, so I'm quite happy about that. He actually, so this modifiable art, he was here. All of his links are in the description. Go and check him out. He was doing on the Polygon Matic network. And he basically, you know, we had him on the channel and we talked about it, and I'm probably going to bring him back on the channel because I think that it was quite successful. What we did, it was very successful in my opinion. So this was modifiable art. This was his project, what he's building, and he actually gave me an NFT, which was fantastic. So we had him live on the show. Go and check him out. And you know, he gave me some, but as I said, I'm not prepared to buy any right now. I'm going to buy it once we're in the bear market. So maybe next year or something, I'll buy something, because you'll see what I mean. Once the market collapses, it's going to be the best time. So I want to buy when there's blood in the market. Right now, I'm not going to jump into this hype. I want blood in the market. I want this whole entire market to be in the bear market, crashed. That's it. That's the bottom. When we end up seeing something very similar to, let's show you, hold on. When we end up seeing the entire market collapsing, right? So similar like what we saw in, let me see if I can show you. So for example, these are the peaks when we had in 2017. I want to see the entire market collapse down to these levels. So I want to see entire market collapse down to this level and everyone get wrecked. And I'm being honest about here, because that's what you have to be. You want to make money, you got to be honest about it, right? When everybody's wrecked, that's what I'm going to be buying. That's what I'm going to be buying. What about DeFi, which you're holding? Bro, DeFi is complicated, right? DeFi, so the protocols, like for me, my top DeFi that I'm actually holding is, what's it called? 1inch. Let me get a reminder. 1inch, Uniswap, SushiSwap, Solana. What's the other ones? Solana, Bakery, Pancake. Those are the ones I'm holding, right? But I'll be honest with you, it's not for the project. These are altcoins that I'm holding right now for this bull market to make money. I usually buy alts to make money, and I hold projects that I believe in. So my biggest belief is this one, right? So my 99.9% of my holding is in this, right? I believe in this. I've literally got a massive holding of this, but only because of ETH 2.0. So all of this that I own is actually locked up in ETH 2.0. That's all I did it for, and I did it at a very cheap price. So when we were sitting at, I think about $300-400, that's when I entered the ETH 2.0, but I bought it when it was around $90. So for me, it's just been really cool, and I'm just supporting the project. So that's what I did with this one. Cardano I'm holding since it was like 6 cents. 6 cents I've been holding, but I believe in the project, and I've also mentioned on many of my videos, and I think I've got about 400 videos now, I've mentioned that Cardano I'm not going to sell or even consider selling until 2025. So this is not one that I'm just in it for the hype. So I trust this, I trust this, I trust this. I also have some Binance coin because I believe potentially could make some money, but I don't see a future in it, I'll be honest with you. All right, the other one that I see a future is Polkadot. Right, again, Polkadot, I'm definitely holding Polkadot. I believe Polkadot has a future, and again, 2025, probably even 2030, that's when I'm looking Polkadot, because I know it's not finished yet. And also with Polkadot, there's a plus. I'm also holding Kasuma, right, because I like Kasuma, and I believe at some point Polkadot and Kasuma are going to merge, and if they do, then we move forward with that one. So that's that. Solana is my top, right, this is one of my top coins. I'm holding that. I've been talking about Solana since $1. So I just leave it there, and that kind of makes sense to you. But when it comes to DeFi, there's no specific thing as DeFi. In fact, I always warn people, when you're interacting with DeFi protocols and yield farming and everything, and in this channel, I've never ever shown yield farming. I've never promoted it. Like there's a channel named Box Mining, right? Box Mining, where, let me see if I can find him. Give me a second. Let's see if I can find Box Mining. So, you know, the other day when... Box Mining. Let me see. Yeah, this geezer here, this guy here, this Chinese guy here. right? So actually watch this video, you'll understand more. So watch Richard Hard's video, you'll understand. Box mining got wrecked. Box mining got wrecked, and he has, I forgot how many viewers he has. Let me see how many subscribers he has. He has 250,000 subscribers, and he was promoting Poly Network to people, and he had a few, a lot of money, right? This guy, this box mining guy, had a lot of money in the thing. So where is it? Funding. Can't even see his video, but yeah, ignore him. I don't know what he's even doing right now, but he had a lot of money invested in Poly Network, and he got wrecked. And along with him, all of his viewers also got wrecked. So in this channel, I try to talk about any subject. Like, for example, this is a weird one, right? I'm a crypto channel, but if somebody's asked me to talk about a movie, I'll talk about it. I have no issues. I'm here for the community, right? And as I've mentioned, I've stated, as long as YouTube doesn't block me, I will publish it. But if YouTube does block me, I'm not going to publish it. That's how I am, right? I want you ask for certain coins, I'll talk about those coins. But when it comes to, yield farming and trying to advise you, oh, guys, put your money there, you're going to make more money. Well, I'm not, because I'll tell you why, right? Let's go into this, right? Let's show you this, right? For example, let me explain this to you. All right, let's find a nice little protocol. Let's find something. All right, let's find this. Let's find this. All right, let's find this. Let's even go to their website. So I just want you to understand something and kind of clear your mind so you know exactly what's going on. PancakeSwap token. What does PancakeSwap give you? You have their token. Why do you need their token to use their protocol? Can anybody explain that to me? Well, I don't personally, listen, Poly Network, I don't trust it. Right now, I don't trust Poly Network, and I don't like how Polygonmatic, the company, the actual protocol, has been acting with all these, big, massive media stunts. That's my personal opinion. I don't like them, and I'm starting to not trust them, right? That's what I'm saying. But let's go back into this, right? When we're talking about DeFi protocol, so we've got PancakeSwap is a DeFi protocol. For example, we've got Uniswap. Let's go to Uniswap. Let's go to another one. Let's go to Uniswap, right? The biggest DeFi protocol, and I hold quite a bit of this coins as well, right? Again, let's go to their website. Let's go to their website. And I just want to ask a simple question, and you ask yourself, what does Uniswap protocol give you for holding Uniswap? Nothing. Do you see what I mean? So what does Pancake give you for holding Pancake? Nothing. Do you need Pancake to use the Pancake network? No, you need BNB to use it. You pay fees in BNB. So how is this even useful? It's not. So why are we even so bullish on this? Right? Because everybody else starts pumping this, and we're in it for the short term to make the money. That's what it is. Why are we in Uniswap? What's Uniswap doing? What kind of utility does the Uniswap token give us? Absolutely nothing. By holding this, are we going to get more coins? No. Are we going to get fees? No. Are we going to get anything? Nothing. We don't get anything for holding Uniswap token to use Uniswap. You see what I mean? Compared to them, it's not decentralized. Compared to them, at least we know that when we use this, we're getting our fees slashed. So if we use Binance coin on Binance, we're getting fees, and they are centralized. They're not even decentralized. They're not even DeFi, right? When we're doing yield farming and this and that, right? So for example, let's go to this one, right? DeFi protocol, open source DeFi protocol, fine. If we got Aave, what are we getting? Nothing. When we're putting these monies, like these kind of amounts out, right, whatever, like, when we're locking ourselves into these protocols, what are we actually getting, right? We're borrowing and selling these currencies. Someone's lending to this protocol, someone's borrowing, and they're paying this APR. So, this is what they get, this is what they get. That's the kind of stuff you have to understand. There's actually these protocols, so Aave being worth $200 and something right now. Where is it? Aave, let me show you. Aave, 400. Oh my God, 400. So last time I saw it was 200. So it's doubled, right? So $400 somebody explain to me, what does Aave give you? By holding Aave, do you get more Aave? No, you don't. So you see what I mean, guys? So during a cycle, everything pumps. Make money. There's no harm in it. But do I trust it? Would I hold it for life? No, definitely not, right? There's, as I said, the only one that I would hold forever is this one until this one is not viable anymore, you know? And so for me, I've kind of made a prediction. I said 2030, this should stabilize, and that's when I want to get out of this, right? This one, probably even 2030 as well, but I'm now kind of invested as an ETH 2.0 staker, so that's a different story. I'll definitely hold it, right? Cardano 2025, I didn't say 2030, I said 2025, because I want to see what it does by 2025. Then if I see this protocol actually doing something, you know, good for the community, and if this project grows even further and it has a chance to even be similar size, or even take a portion of this $379 billion. So currently it's almost got that 79 billion, right? Say if it takes 1/3 of this, of course this is a great project to be in. I'm going to make a lot of money, but am I going to hold it for life? Not yet. I haven't made that decision, you know? So yeah. So this is what Cardano is, and this is why there's a, so if just to let you know, guys, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot, and Solana, right? And as a bonus, Kasuma. Those are my top 5 and 6 coins that I'm holding right now. Everything else is very minimal amount, and those are my long-term holds. Those are my minimum 5-year hold, right? Bitcoin is the only one that I have for 10 years, and Ethereum may even join the 10 years, right? So let's see where it goes from there. So, you know, there are coins that you hold forever, and there are coins that you make money. And when it comes to making money, I have pretty much top 400-500 coins. I've bought them at cheap. I sell them whenever I can. If I see, you know, if I've made 10% or 7%, for example, 8%, whatever, I will happily dump it. So because the thing is I'm not in it forever. I'm not going to marry it, right? I'm not in it for life. You know, this is just a dating coin. You just buy it, you make enough money and get the hell out. That's what you do, right? That's what I do. That's my strategy, at least, right? So this is not financial advice. Also looking at this before we end, so far seems very good, actually very healthy, creating this particular scene here. I know someone, brother KR, he mentioned how this this area here looked like a what's it called, a bull trap. Actually not. This is really, really awesome to see, right? So he was looking at an hourly chart and he said, bro, this must be a bull trap. Actually not. This is what you see here, bro. And this is beautiful. Look at this. Beautiful. This is found support here. Of course, it got rejected. There was a few liquidations here. So you can see some people got liquidated here, right? Probably mostly bears or whatever. I don't know, but liquidations. But bulls couldn't buy fast enough. But eventually they picked it up. And it's been awesome. It's been awesome. So this is only, well, this is the current hour we're on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So about 5 hours prior to this is when it dumped. Brilliant, brilliant. This is probably when some markets woke up. There's two scenarios here, by the way. Asian markets woke up and they decide to sell for their profits, which is fine. Then they bought back here, which is fine. Or people got liquidated and then the bulls came in to pick it up again. But this looks more, looking at the time, right? This is around 10 a.m. UK time. 10 a.m. UK time. Well, actually, it could even be the US markets. Actually, I'll be surprised if, you know. So it could be anywhere anyway. So this is the thing. It could be anywhere. It could be US. It could be Asia. We don't know, but definitely some markets woke up and just dumped it. Right. We just got to track the market and see where it is. But right now, there's too much work. Now let me move over to the last one final thing. The thing I was most excited about. So we are going to make a video about the viewer request. I'm going to definitely make a reaction video on that. I'm definitely going to launch a video with the diminishing return and everything. That's also coming. So watch out for those 2 videos. And on this video, I want to show you something insane and awesome that I've been trying to show for some time, and it's been there the whole time. Remember how I was saying that unless we get above this blue line, this was our wedge, right? Ascending wedge where we broke down, right? Which was fine. We just re-entered the wedge, guys. Look, right? We're above the blue line and we're actually bouncing on this blue line. This means now we have the potential to break away from this line and eventually go to the high that we want, eventually go to this red line. I'll tell you what will be insane. If we see some candles above this red line, My God, this will be insane. So for now, guys, don't panic too much. When you see a daily candle, don't panic too much. The daily really doesn't matter. Coming back into this, we're on an hourly. Let's go into a weekly and I'll show you what I mean, right? Daily doesn't matter. What does matter is, look, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 weekly candles, right? This candle here on a Sunday could easily close and be a green, which gives us a higher high, which is absolutely awesome. But we are expecting a red candle very soon. We are going to expect a red weekly candle very soon. Nothing goes up straight. If you look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, then we had a red candle, 1 or 2 weeks red candle. If you look here again, you know, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles, and then we had a red candle. So, you know, we might have 7, 8 weeks, not a problem, but expect a red candle at some point, guys. Very important. Expect a red candle at some point. But this is what makes me really happy. This is when I saw this, I was like, wow, okay, this is more beautiful than anything else. And this is lagging by 1 day. Remember, this is showing yesterday's price, not today's price, right? But on the weekly, look at this. This is how insane it is. This is how beautiful it is. So if you've watched it right to the end, you just got to see this one beautiful picture. Look at this, bounced exactly on this line. And you know, this is the kind of stuff we really want to see. This is the kind of stuff that takes us back into the bull run. This is a kind of a slight confirmation that we're back into this channel, guys. And being in this channel means we're going to now start seeing these kind of patterns and hopefully break out of this. This is the point. If we ever, right, and this is like, you know, I'm being hypothetical but more realistic as well. If we ever go above this red line, guys, I'm telling you, you've made it. All right, that's all I'm going to say. You've made it, because if we go above this red line, my God, this is what we see. Look in the past. We've always been above the red line. Do you see what I mean? We've always been above this red line, right? So if you look carefully, I'll put it on a monthly for you as well. This is insane, right? Insane. Let's put it here. All right, so if you look at this, we've always been above the red line until 2019. Sorry, actually, technically here, 2018, November 2018, right, around this particular month. That's when we first dipped below. We tried to come above, but we still stayed below. And we've been below this ever since. This is what I look at. I look at this and I'm like, wow, we've been below this ever since. But what happens when we go back above this? I'll let you decide that. I'll let you let your imagination play with that. But I just wanted to show you this because this is the kind of stuff that people don't look at, or people won't show you unless it's too late. And obviously most of the people will show you old news or news from the news articles. But we don't talk about that. Like the other day I mentioned how Bitcoin infrastructure bill, the infrastructure bill they had in USA was actually very bullish and they're going to legalize crypto. 2 days later, newspapers and articles on the internet, Cointelegraph and everything started writing about the same thing, because they also realized that how bullish that was. Okay, that, you know, the governments are technically legalizing us without even thinking. So that was really awesome, right? But yeah, just imagine, guys, imagine what happens when we go back to this red line. Imagine. That's what I'm going to say. Imagine. And you saw it here first. Like, share, subscribe, guys, if you've been if you find value from this. And I'm hoping, yep, there's no more questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream, but I hope you guys understand, guys. You know, a few days here and there doesn't matter. A few weeks red after having a streak of green here absolutely doesn't matter. Total market cap looking super solid. All right. I'm not, you know, I mean, look at this. Look at how this recovery just happened. This is massive. This story here, if you look in the wick, this is a beautiful recovery, beautiful recovery. Yeah, Ethereum's recovered. BTC we know has recovered also. Give me a second. Let me go on the daily and see what's going on. Yeah, BTC is also recovering. Not as great as everything else. So Ethereum's recovering a lot better. Total markets recovering a lot better. Bitcoin is not recovering as well as, but I think it's just a matter of when the pump comes, right? So yeah, so far so good. Let's see. And we're too close to the $1.2 trillion, $2 trillion. So we're at 1.985 right now, approximately $15 billion away from, I think 15 billion is nothing. Yesterday on that 1 minute candle, that video I released, that 1 minute candle, we had a $34 billion entry on that 1 minute candle. So that was insane. That was insane, guys. But guys, I hope your questions were answered, and I hope you know, you guys enjoyed or actually found value right from the video. I know it's a long one, but I'll do these kind of long ones. In fact, I'll do a longer ones on Mondays. So try and tune in on Mondays. When I do the Monday live stream, usually I have a lot more time and I can do very, very long videos. I have no issues with that. Weekdays, I'll try to keep around the 1 hour maximum, maybe even 30 minutes would be really cool. We can do these because I know a lot of people don't have patience or time to stick around, and these are the best times for me, but I know most of the people can't watch it because that's what I notice. Most of my views come in the evening, right? Around 7 p.m. ish and this and that, and at that time I can't do it because I'm busy at work and this and that, so it's really hard for me. But you know, I'm loving the support, the likes, shares, and all of that you guys are giving me. Also the increase in numbers of subscribers, it's been so awesome, unbelievable. So watch out for the little short videos that I do. I'll do the shorts, the normal videos, and as I said, I'll be making those 2 videos. I've got the tabs open, so I definitely know what's going on. I'll definitely make those, shoot them towards you, and hopefully, you know, we create some brand new community. And remember, guys, in this channel, you ask the questions, I try to answer. Whatever you asked, right, I will try and answer. Only subject that I don't really like is religion and politics. Okay, so I'm not into religion, I'm not into politics. I just want to avoid those kind of things. So please keep those subjects away. Ask me anything, I have no issues. And never ever ask what your balance is. Never ask. In crypto, #1 rule, you never tell your balance. But other than that, as I said, ask away your questions. And if I have time and if I think the subject is going to be valuable for the community, I'll definitely answer it, guys. So yeah, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on another one very, very soon. Thank you, my amigos and my senoritas and everybody. And I've noticed we've got some senoritas is watching as well. So that will be really awesome. I'll see you soon, guys. Thank you very much. Adios.